week on Storyboard, we are catching up with Pareen Lathia from WazirX and speaking to him about the current interest around cryptocurrency in India. We're also speaking with Keshav Bajanka, ED Centuryply, and speaking about their new product innovation. And we have a few interesting campaigns lined up on this week's notice board. Hello and welcome to Storyboard. I'm Shibani Gharat. Cryptocurrency has seen a clear boost in India in recent times. Today we are catching up with WazirX, India's prominent crypto marketplaces and startups, and speaking to them about this recent interest in cryptocurrency, the growth factors and the future of cryptocurrency in the country. And we are joined in by Pareen Lathia from WazirX. Pareen, welcome to Storyboard.
Thank you for having me here.
Pareen, let me first begin by asking you, we have seen that there is a lot of news around cryptocurrency. Of course, we have seen so much of interest around it, so many articles written around cryptocurrency. What is the current awareness and, interest in this cryptocurrency in your immediate circle? You must be speaking to your friends and family members. And what is the kind of awareness about cryptocurrency across the country in general?
So this is a market cycle. Usually in crypto, we have a 4-year cycle where 2.5 years is a bear market and 1.5 year is a bull market. That's when you see Bitcoin skyrocketing. You will see coins like Doge popping up. And that's when you see people calling and saying, hey, kya karu, should I go ahead and buy it? Is this safe? Is this legal? So a lot of questions around it. But we've seen a lot of people come in and take education as well and learn about this new asset class. So it's also a great opportunity to introduce this new asset class. And every bull cycle, it goes one level up. So this year we see largest of funds investing. We have billionaires talking about Bitcoin, and we see governments being positive about Bitcoin. So that's a great time. It's a great time to be in the industry right now.
Okay, including Mr. Musk.
Oh, definitely. That's been the biggest push this year because he has a global platform. And I think he admitted on Clubhouse that last two bull cycles, someone introduced him to crypto, but he did not quite get it. This time he's become a firm believer in Bitcoin and has been playing around with Doge a little bit. So yeah, it's net positive.
Yes. And what according to you, since you mentioned that has really helped, so what according to you are the key contributors to growth and this interest generated currently?
So I think right now the main contribution is to educate as many people as possible because it's a risky asset class, right? So when we are creating an asset class that's at a nascent stage, we have to be careful and we have to educate people about the risks involved and also the rewards involved. So it's an asset class that people should look at, but it's not an asset class where you should put your entire savings. You might as well lose all of it. So that's the juncture where the industry is. It's still nascent, but on a global level, we are seeing $2 trillion worth of money flowing in crypto. So that's become very big now.
Okay. Moving on, you are a cryptocurrency exchange. Being, in this field, tell us what are the kind of initiative and activities that you are undertaking? Because as you mentioned, it is fairly at a nascent stage in India. So what are the kind of initiative and awareness activities undertaken by WazirX over the past few months, or let's say over the past 1 year?
So at WazirX, we've always believed in investor education. If you look at any marketing that we do, our entire marketing is revolving around education. We don't want to create FOMO and tell people, hey, you can make so much money in Bitcoin, come and buy it, or it's something that's too lucrative right now. We don't want people to FOMO into an asset class. That's not how an asset class is built. What we are looking at is building an entire category, right? What mutual fund was 20 years ago, right? People were very scared to invest in mutual funds. There was an entire effort from the industry side to make people more aware. Of course, there are risks associated with every financial product, but that doesn't mean that people don't benefit out of it. So if we are doing any campaign today at WazirX, you will see right from the CNBC show to Money Control co-branding platform that we are launching. We are working with some influencers who address millions of people on their platforms. And all of these people essentially are our long-term partners. We do not look at any kind of marketing from short-term perspective. And we understand that as long as we educate the investors, they're going to trust us. And we are here for a really, really long time. Right? We are not here to make a quick buck and leave. So as much as possible, we are trying to build that trust instead of push Bitcoin or crypto down their throat and say, hey, go ahead and buy it, buy it, buy it. That's a very short-term kind of a thinking.
And whenever there is something new into the market, of course, there are a lot of questions. There is a lot of curiosity around it. So, what is the kind of response that you are getting to these campaigns and initiatives that you have undertaken? What are customers saying? What are their questions like?
So not only customers, of course, customers from crypto perspective, they are apprehensive. First is there was a big myth that it is illegal, which was not the case. It was never illegal in India. Also, from a global financial product perspective, people still think crypto is used for illegal purposes, and crypto is sort of the dark horse, of fintech. Fintech industry to accept crypto is a big thing in the first place. Last year, when we used to talk to, let's say, media channels, anyone, they would be like, crypto, no, get out of here. But this year, we've reached at a stage where people are calling us and saying, hey, explain this to me. I want to spend, 3 hours learning this. And this we've seen. So one of the initiatives that we are doing is we are reaching out to campuses to educate the next generation of finance professionals. We have a lot of interest from groups of journalists. So we are taking sessions for a large group of journalists to educate them about how crypto works, technicalities of crypto and nitty-gritties. We are working with two groups of CAs, we are working with groups of lawyers, because these are the key stakeholders. Unless these people understand really what crypto is, it's very difficult for a user to trust what an asset class this has become now. So that's been our approach.
Sorry.
That's been our approach to go out and make sure that people really understand the fundamentals of the industry instead of just telling them, hey, come and buy, you will profit. Because that's not a guarantee. No one can really guarantee that you will profit out of it.
Okay, sticking to the point of trust, we have seen how RBI has repeatedly warned, people about the risk when it comes to cryptocurrency. Also, banks have been reluctant to let their customers deal in cryptocurrencies, given, the current scenario and the kind of influence these, bodies have on people. How exactly do you plan to build that trust?
So that is the thing. We agree with RBI. What they are saying is not that you should not trade in crypto. That's a myth. What they are saying is it's a risky asset class, and of course, it is a risky asset class. Warning users is not a problem at all. What happens is when these warnings get misinterpreted. So in our initiatives, we have to factor that these will get misinterpreted, and we have to clarify and say, okay, it is a risky asset class. One of the things that we are doing is we are not looking at every person investing in crypto. So our mission at WazirX is to bring crypto to Indian masses. But the way we are going about it is partnering with channels like CNBC, platforms like Money Control, large influencers like Ankur Warikoo or Nikhil Chinnappa, Rachna Ranade. These are informed investors. They understand crypto. And we work with them to produce content that takes care of all of these myths.
Okay, but having said that, I have to ask you this. Do you foresee a possibility of ban on cryptocurrencies in the coming days? Do you fear that it will happen?
I would say the possibility of that is very low. We can't say 100% there is no possibility, of course. But that possibility is very low. The trend that we've seen is in 2019, government came out with a bill saying 7 years jail for whoever is trading, which was like 7 years jail for trading in an asset is crazy. Today, we've seen finance minister get on TV and say, we will take a calibrated approach. We will not ban it. We've seen RBI clarify that day before yesterday, saying banks are free to deal with exchanges. It's just that they have to warn their customers, which is fair, of course. We don't want customers to get fooled. Right? That's important. So we are
Okay.
moving towards very positive regulation, and I think one of the things that I would like to mention here is the India Wants Crypto campaign. Right, WazirX founder Nishchal runs this campaign. It's been 900 days that he's been running this campaign on Twitter, and the entire industry, entire community has supported it, has made it an Indian movement. It's not about WazirX. It's about a larger category creation and legitimacy to this asset class. So India Wants Crypto campaign now has become extremely big, mainstream, and regulators have seen it, responded to it. Some celebrities have tweeted its support, and we've seen global players, global fund managers, crypto people, startup people tweeting that. So that itself is one initiative to bring this industry together and say, let's move towards positive regulation. Any technology needs regulation, and we are a new technology. So there will be a time that government will take to regulate it, but we are moving towards positive regulation. We are pretty sure about that.
Okay, moving towards positive regulation. Now, just this week, WazirX announced its own non-fungible token, which is NFT marketplace. Can you tell us more about it and what will it do? What will happen on the platform?
So NFT is a kind of token that digitizes, let's say, any asset. Okay, so you could have an NFT for a painting, you could have an NFT for a photograph, for a video, anything. And what this does is it gives you unique rights. You actually own that. Today, if I upload my song on Spotify, what happens is, of course, the entire control is from a centralized authority, which is Spotify. So as an artist, I have limited ownership, understanding, control over the platform that I'm working on. With NFTs, what happens is artists are in complete control. And WazirX NFT platform, they can come and they can list their NFTs, which could be any kind of unique. Today it's art, tomorrow it will be watches, it will be vintage cars, tomorrow it will be, any particular asset that is unique, and then they can market it to their own audience. So it's a platform for artists to market to their own audience.
That sounds pretty cool. Now, finally, before we go, in the coming days, how do you foresee the future of cryptocurrency in India? And will we actually see cryptocurrency used for everyday transactions in the coming days?
So there is a myth when people say crypto and currency, they immediately assume that only success is payments. That's not true. Cryptocurrencies are of various kinds. Today we have more than 10,000 large cryptocurrencies. Every cryptocurrency is trying to solve some purpose, right? So we will see assets like Bitcoin, we will see blockchains like Ethereum where distributed apps are developed. We will see some possibility of utility tokens where payment would be made. We also see some tokens where, let's say, equity is being tokenized. Like Tesla shares have been converted into a cryptocurrency and listed on Binance, right? So we will see a lot of use cases. It's not just that, if I'm not paying for my chai with cryptocurrency, it's worthless. That's not true, right? It's not either or. We will see so many use cases, and we are moving towards what we say tokenizing the world. And what crypto is going to do in the next 10 years is it will tokenize the entire world's assets. It will be on blockchain. And when that happens, we will have no choice but to adopt crypto.
Tokenizing the world. Well, thank you so much. Thanks for speaking to us today.
Thank you, Shivani. It was great talking to you.
It is time for us to take a short break. On the other side, we are catching up with Keshav Bhajanka, Executive Director, Century Ply, about their new product innovation. And also, we have a couple of interesting campaigns lined up on this week's notice board.